I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Ciryl Gane off. He looked damn good tonight. They're both in shape, other than whatever's wrong with his eye. You know, both guys are not injured, or so as soon as possible.
You see now, is it double? Like, what are you seeing when you try to open your eye?
I can hardly open my eye. Look. Fucking double poke, both eyeballs.
They've got to do something about these eye pokes. The rule is you got to have your hands like this, but you can still have your fingers out straight. You can't do that, you can do that. That's the stupidest rule I've ever seen in my life. Make a fist. Simple as that. You're throwing punches, and yeah, you got to parry shots, but you just got to unbend your fingers. It's really not that hard. This is a stupid rule. Your fist should be closed, or almost kind of closed, not tightly. Anyway.
Jon Jones just did it again. He turned a brutal UFC controversy into a headline that no one can stop talking about. Minutes after UFC 321 ended in chaos, Bones went straight for the jugular, mocking Tom Aspinall in a way only Jon Jones could. His new profile picture? A rubber duck with an eye patch, a savage jab at Aspinall's painful eye injury. But here's the twist, that one joke might have just reignited one of the biggest rivalries in heavyweight history. And it's not just about a meme, it's about power, legacy, and a fight that could change the division forever. Stick around, because what Jon Jones just did might have changed everything.
Tom Aspinall got poked in the eye on both sides, and unfortunately people booed him. But Ciryl Gane to that point was fighting a great first round. Granted, Tom was getting his in too, but it was a good first round. It was competitive, and it looked like we were watching the two best heavyweights in the world. I want to see them fight again as early as December, if we can. I know that November's done. Look at this. He got his fingers in both.
Jon Jones knows how to play the villain better than anyone in MMA history. For months, fans have accused him of dodging Aspinall, ducking fights, delaying negotiations, and even retiring just to avoid the new king. But instead of hiding, he leaned into it. He changed his avatar to a rubber duck wearing sunglasses and a UFC belt. Now, after UFC 321's chaos, he adds an eye patch, mocking the same man the world says he's afraid to fight. That's not just trolling, that's psychological warfare. And it's working. But the real question is, did Jones just set up his next fight without throwing a single punch?
Great showing, shitty ending, you know? I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Ciryl Gane off. He looked damn good tonight.
Yeah, what did you think about the fight on its way to the eye poke? What did you take from those 4 minutes?
Good. Looked like we were in for a few rounds, and it was going to be a good fight.
It would seem obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah. Total pain in the ass, but yes.
Have you got any medical update on Tom, or is it still too soon?
He's on his way to the hospital.
It's a bit of a weird question, right? It was ruled a no contest because of an unintentional eye poke. What does it take to make an eye poke intentional, and is there even a way you could ever prove that?
Who gives a shit? What are you gonna do?
I know we, tried to do new gloves before, and that kind of didn't work out. Is there anything we can do to stop these eye pokes? Would you ever look at maybe trying to change the gloves again, or is it just part of the sport? It just happens.
Yeah. I mean,
UFC 321 was supposed to be Tom Aspinall's coronation, his big defining moment as heavyweight champion. The stage was perfect, Abu Dhabi, a roaring crowd and a showdown with Ciryl Gane that was expected to define the future of the division. But instead of fireworks, fans got chaos. Late in round 1, Gane accidentally poked Aspinall in both eyes. The champion blinked, tried to shake it off, but couldn't see. 5 minutes. That's all the ref could give him. When he couldn't continue, the fight was ruled a no contest. The arena erupted in disbelief, and just like that, the biggest fight of his career ended in silence.
I think we started very well. I think he started very well, but I think I started very well because everybody knows his strategy every time he started very hard and surprised his opponent. I think we did very well. We defending a takedown, I touched him. We saw some blood on his nose. It was a really great first round, and that's why, yeah, maybe also I was a little bit disappointed, a little bit sad about this issue, but This is a sport. I was at first angry because I don't want him. I don't want from him to stop the fight. After I was disappointed, sad, and after that,
apologetic
exactly for the people.
So, Ciryl, how did you feel about the eye poke? How do you feel when your hands and your fingers touching his face? Did you feel something specific? Ciryl responded, no, I didn't feel anything specific. I didn't do it on purpose. And I know what it is to have an eye poke, because when I fought Derek Lewis, I got an eye poke and I was seeing two Derek Lewis for a full round. So I know how it is. And
one round during that is what the debut of the round, and the rest of the round I saw the two Derek Lewis. So I'm not gonna say yeah, he's a liar.
Gane looked devastated. He'd been fighting beautifully. Sharp jabs, movement on point, bloodied Aspinall's nose. And then, an accident changed everything. The Frenchman dropped to his knees, realizing the moment was gone. At the press conference, he said, "It felt like a nightmare." He swore it wasn't intentional, reminding everyone he once suffered the same fate. For Aspinall, it was rage and heartbreak. He had waited months, endured endless talk of Jones's ducking, and when the moment came, fate took it away. He left the cage furious, barely able to open his swollen eye.
It was a genuine 2 eye pokes, both fingers in both eyes. That's real. Give him just some time. Nasty eye poke. Right on both eyes. And then he dug it in as well, like he pushed into his eyes after landing it. Man. He literally landed the eye poke and then dug it in to create space. Oh, man. Oh, hell, both eyes poked. Take a point. It's always nice that. Have a bit of success. Get poked in both eyes. Like a cunt. Average fight time. We're working on it. Keep it low. This counts. This counts. It's good, that. Oh! Chat, he's not faking, he's not quitting. Like, he got raked in both of his eyes. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not a quitter, chat. He's not a quitter. Oh, it stopped! What an outcome. What an outcome of... That is not... So he got raked, both his eyes closed. No! The narratives! The narratives! We can make it work. Rematch booked. 6 more months of happiness. Tom's champ. Oof. No tweets from Jon. Oh, we saved it.
Dana White's reaction said it all. A pain in the ass, he called it, because this fight was supposed to answer questions, not create new ones. He confirmed that Aspinall was rushed to the hospital and said a rematch was already being discussed. It's the only thing that makes sense. Dana said, the fans want closure, the fighters want redemption, and the UFC wants that storyline clean, brutal, and decisive. But what they're getting instead, chaos, and a Jon Jones headline stealing the spotlight once again. And that's where things get interesting, because Jones isn't the only one stirring the pot. Just hours after UFC 321 ended, Alex Pereira jumped into the mix. Fresh off a revenge win earlier this month, Poatan posted a cryptic video, him laughing as he watched the fight-ending eye poke, with the caption, "Let's make the heavyweight division great again. You can't make this up." Fans went wild. Was he calling out Aspinall? Gane? No, it was Jon Jones he wanted, and within hours, Jones fired back.
Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane ends in a no contest due to Ciryl Gane hitting the doink eye poke. Oh my gosh, Tom Aspinall was losing that fight, guys. His face was busted up. I tried to tell you guys, but y'all didn't want to listen. Oh, Tom's going to run through him. Tom's going to beat him. I got all the receipts, guys. I told y'all.
Jones broke his silence with a single post, teasing a White House fight. Yeah, you heard that right. Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira at the White House. It wasn't an official announcement, but it was a message loud and clear. Jones isn't done making history, and Pereira, he's ready to go where no one's gone before. 2 champions, 2 egos, 1 potentially historic showdown. Stick around because this might be the UFC's most explosive idea in years.
You need your hands out. Even in the gloves, when I throw a kick, my hands are open inside the gloves. You know, I love how people are like, oh, there's so many eye pokes in MMA. Guys, my hands are open. It looks like the other eye got more penetration than the one he's closing right now. And I also think when you keep your eye like this, you're not giving it a chance to actually let it kind of recess. The pressure on the eye is not always the best thing to do. When you get hurt in the eye, you don't want to look with your left eye. You want to close both your eyes and keep it there, because if I have my left eye and I go like, that sucks ass. That sucks. He was fighting a wonderful fight. Like he was doing a good job turning the angles, not allowing Tom Aspinall to get across the void, do a combination. Right there, we can see that that's how you can beat you can get Tom Aspinall troubles, is by always turning the angle on him, never give him the opportunity to run you over on a train. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
But before that fantasy can happen, reality needs closure. The heavyweight division is still in limbo. Aspinall and Gane have unfinished business, and Dana White wants that rematch before the end of the year. Even Daniel Cormier said it live on air. They have to rebook it. Tom got poked in both eyes. Ciryl was looking great. It was competitive. We were watching the 2 best heavyweights in the world. Cormier even threw out a date, December, UFC 323. That's how badly everyone wants to see it happen.
Now, what is going to happen next? Obviously, they're both healthy. Hopefully, Tom Aspinall with the eye poke, hopefully it's not a retina tear or anything on, you know, the eyeball itself. Hopefully it's just an eye poke and maybe abrasion. Give him 3 to 4 weeks and clear it up. And you know what I would love to see? I would love to see these guys added on the December card of the UFC in Las Vegas, with Merab Dvalishvili taking on Peter Yan and Joshua Van taking on Alex Pantoja. Make it a 3-banger way what a way to end 2025. Or we can see him in January on the first Paramount card with Ilya Duport taking on Paddy Pimblett and Tom Aspinall taking on Ciryl Gane. Now, the tricky thing about this is that we need to hurry to get a winner for this fight, because we have the White House card coming up. And I know Alex Pereira said he wants to go up to heavyweight and try his hand, becoming a 3-divisional champion. So we need to hurry up and get this fight done and set. Or do we give Alex Pereira the opportunity to fight Jon Jones? That is the hardest thing.
And then there's Alexander Volkov. Remember him? He won earlier that same night. Normally he'd be next in line for a title shot, but UFC 321's controversy shoved him right out of the picture. Now all eyes are back on Aspinall and Gane. Once Aspinall gets medical clearance and Gane's back from a short break with his family, the rematch will happen, and you can bet it'll be one of the most watched heavyweight fights in years. Still, the chaos has created something rare in MMA, true unpredictability. Aspinall wants revenge, Gane wants redemption, Pereira wants legacy, and Jon Jones? He just wants attention, and he's getting it. His eye patch stunt might have started as a joke, but it's now the symbol of a division in turmoil. Every move Jones makes seems to shift the spotlight back to him, like he's still running the show, even from the sidelines. So as the dust settles from UFC 321, one truth remains: the heavyweight division is on fire. The rematch promises redemption, the potential Jones versus Pereira showdown promises history, and everything in between feels like the start of a new era. Because love him or hate him, Jon Jones knows how to keep the fight alive, even when no one's fighting.